Yep, I'm gonna do it like this. Gonna do it like this, baby. Gonna do it like that, sugar. You know that I need you. You know that I want you. Hello? Hello, one person. Come on in the chat and say hello. I don't want the device rotated. Try it like this. Man, there's some major issues going on out here in these YouTube streets. And I'm waiting to see a plethora of videos about this situation. But so far, it's nothing. My goodness. You know, first of all, we could talk about Cardi B actually suing Tasha K. It is on and popping. Yeah, Tasha K is gonna have to fork up some money eventually. Um, I was wondering what was taking anybody so long because, yeah, that chick been reckless with the mouth. So we shall see. The lawsuit is real and in effect, in full effect. Somebody got to learn and be an example to the masses that you can't just defame and slander people and think it's okay and you just gonna get away with it. Not sure why she chose to go after Cardi B, because that chick had money and she got even more money now. Yeah. Next thing you know, Tasha K's channel is gonna be Unwind with Cardi B. She gonna own that channel. That's number one issue. Number two issue, not many of you may not know about, but I've just been floored and dumbfounded over the very recent events concerning a YouTuber on the other side of the sector. My goodness, when your right-hand woman has been working against you all this time, being a mole, divvying up information about you to your enemies. My goodness. And this has been going on for a very, very, very long time. It's a painful realization. It really is. You know, I always find it interesting when people do foul shit to you and then they flip it and turn it around as if you did foul shit to them. And they really believe it. But you know, such is life, such is life, such is life. But there's always a bright side to everything. You know, at least you know who your friends really are in all of these types of situations. And so, you know, you just pick yourself up and keep moving on and just thank God, no matter how late it is, that you seen the light and you found out the truth. And just move on. You don't really want friends like that anyway. So once you come to that realization, it just quickly dissipates all the hurt and pain. And it's like, you know what? Good. I haven't been over here in this sector much. Not that I've been over there in that sector much. I haven't really been in any sectors because I've just been really, really busy. But when I do, get on YouTube, I tend to go over there and see what's going on because it's a lot more interesting. A lot more interesting. And, the more I watch these other YouTubers, you know, I listen, when you become a YouTuber, that's why I would never have a super chat. You don't want anybody to see how much people are donating to you and all of that because money does shit to people, man. It brings out the devil in people. And so I don't like to deal with people and money. Like I see a lot of situations I would like to create a GoFundMe for to help people. But no, because you're always going to get a devil that's going to try and paint you out as a scammer. And it just ain't worth it. I just got better things to deal with. I really do. And what else? I guess the donations is worth all the headaches and bullshit that you got to go through. I guess for some people. I guess if this is your only means of income, you got to stay in the war. But it's exhausting for me, and I'm just watching YouTubers go through this shit. It's exhausting, frustrating, and it even angers me. So it's like, you know what? Nah, y'all can have all that bullshit. It ain't worth it. I'd rather get a job. Come in the chat and say hello. Or maybe you saying hello and the chat ain't coming up. Who knows? I see 3 people. Can you just say hi so I can see if my chat is working? Thank you, Concrete. Appreciate it. So yeah, and it's going on with everybody who receives a lot of donations and things like that. Any channel that's making money, they're all fighting and going through the same shit because you got haters, people who are jealous and envious and have no problem with taking the time out of their lives to try to fuck shit up for you. It's crazy. And then, people see you making all this money and it's nothing to find out who anybody is in terms of where they live and all of that. It's just really a dangerous situation. And I'm not sure why anybody would really want to embark on such a project except for the main motivation of it being money. It ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth it. But, once you're in it, once you start, because initially when you're a YouTuber and you start making money and good money, before people realize that you making money and good money, it's all good, And I'm talking about for the early YouTubers who started this. They didn't have no idea that it will morph into misery and hate. Hi, Nia. Sweet Gemini is alive? Wait a minute. You hit me with too much, Nia. Yeah, well, I'm glad that she's alive. I never believed that she was deceased anyway. But I'm glad, you know. I never wanted to believe it, and so I chose not to believe it. And it didn't. It just sounded like bullshit to me. But I'm glad she's alive. Where's she at? What's she been doing? And Wayne Williams. I was 13. I can see myself now. I remember in the summertime getting up in the morning, getting money from my parents, going around the corner of the store to get some milk and some cereal, and I come back and I'm pour me a bowl of cereal, and I'd be reading the back of the milk carton, of missing children or children found murdered. And a lot of those children that they featured on the cartons was the Atlanta child murders. And so, I'm 12, 13 during this time. And I remember watching like the news about it and ABC news specials and things like that. I remember even at the age of 13, Wayne Williams, I don't know if he was narcissistic. I think he was, now that I'm older, and he just liked the attention. But I believe, if I remember correctly, I think even at the age of 13, when, during those days, they would follow him and they'd have the camera in his face when they knocked on the door of his house. I remember thinking, he's doing this on purpose. It was just something about him. And the thing about it, he was only charged with 2 murders of grown men, but not one murder of the children. Any of the children. I don't know, but he sure did want people to think he was guilty. I know that's right. And I picked up on that when I was 13. He sure did act like he was guilty, or he just wanted the attention. I don't know if he was getting off on playing games with the public and the police. But I don't understand why he's deemed as the Atlanta child murderer when he's never been tried or convicted for murdering any child. That's weird in and of itself. I drive over that bridge damn near every day, where they just like arrested him. They heard the cops are sitting on the bridge, and they heard a splash and seeing a body was just thrown in the river, and they caught up on him. I drive over that bridge damn near every day. And I don't know. And then, the mayor, I believe at that time, was the police chief. He made a statement. He believes it was Wayne Williams because after he was arrested, the murder stopped. And a lot of theories was that, the Klan was doing it. White people was killing the black children. But, it's pretty hard, especially once you have several missing and murdered black children. It's pretty hard for any white people to still come in and commit such crimes, because they'll be conspicuous at that point. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it was a white person. And most serial killers, they kill in a certain radius of where they live. They they know the area very well. Like, for instance, if you was a murderer, or you was a serial killer, do you think you would go way out to West Bubblefuck, a place you have no idea, you don't know the streets, you don't know the area, and just kill somebody? And, where you going to hide this body at? You don't know all the good places. So the majority of them, if not all, they all pick areas that they're very, 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 very familiar with. You know a good spot to hide a body. You know a good spot where you could take a a victim and do whatever you want and leave them posed in a certain position. You know these areas very well. Nobody's going to go into a place they've never been to and start doing these things. Let me see. Hey, Bentley. Put that link, the video that appeared in your recommendations. But I don't think the person responsible for the murders, I don't think it was a white person. You know, because in the black community, when it first started happening, let's say after the third or fourth or even fifth child that went missing and found murdered, I think instinctively the community is going to think it's a white person. And so everybody's going to be on high alert. There's no way a white person can come into a straight black community and do these types of things continuously. Maybe the first couple of times. But once, people realize what's going on now. I talk to a lot of kids whose, some of their grandmothers were classmates of the victims. And some of them, their parents were classmates of victims. I spoke to them, but this is back in like 2007 or 8. So, yeah, at the time it was their parents. But I don't know if Wayne Williams did it. I don't know how you can convict him on murder of 2 adult men and say, yeah, and he killed all the little black children too. You can't really connect the dots with that. That means you have not been able to link him to not one of those children, but you can link him to 2 adult men, and then you go say, yeah, he killed the children too. Where's the evidence? I don't know. Thank you. I don't know. Can you put the name of that video? Because after I leave here, it's going to take a few minutes before this live will come back up with the chat box so that I can click the link. Yeah, I think because he loved the cat. And I think he just loved the attention. And I think in his mind, he thought, well, I can get my narcissistic supply and feed off of everybody thinking it's me, but I didn't do it. They'll never be able to prove it was me because I didn't do it, but I could play this game, and I think it backfired on him. But it's a damn shame. Good Lord, are we looking at like damn near 40 years? 82, 92, 2002, damn near 40 years. He been sitting in prison with his dumb ass if he didn't do it. And like I said, how the hell you can say he killed all these children, or even one of the children, but you can't connect it to him? Oh, I thought you was gonna put the link to the documentary. That's what I was asking. The documentary that came up in your recommendations. Oh, I thought you was talking. Okay, I got you. You were talking about Sweet Gemini. I thought you was talking about a documentary for Wayne Williams. Gotcha. No problem. Okay. But you know what? No, he actually has been convicted of the murdering of the two men, but believed to be the child killers. I don't know. But I don't believe it was the Klan. There's just no way. No way. I don't believe it was a white person. Mm-mm. Oh, no, it's okay. No problem. But I'm glad she's alive. I never believed she was, deceased anyway, but it's still good to know. I always liked Sweet Gemini. But why they would perpetrate such a fraud is beyond me. Um, but whatever. Who am I? My opinion means nothing around here, and I don't want my opinion to mean anything around here. Sweet Gemini is alive and not dead. She rose like Jesus on the third day. Praise the Lord. Glad she got a life. Yeah, I do, and I can watch it on my phone, actually. I'm going to try and watch it, and I think I'll come back and do a live about it. That's what I'm going to do. But anyway, I got to go. Thank you all for stopping in. Thanks for the information. But I'm definitely going to catch it on the ID channel. And I'll catch up with you all later. Yes, it's always a good thing if someone is alive, no matter what the shitty situation was. You know, I just don't think it's cool to play on people's emotions. Because when I first heard about it, not knowing anything, I thought she was, she really had committed suicide. But then I realized, no, it's not true. And, I'm happy that it's not true. But before I realized it wasn't true, I was really feeling some kind of way. And I don't like nobody to play with my emotions like that. That's my only thing. I just don't like that aspect of it. Death is just so final. And no, none of us has ever met, well, most of us or whatever. But, we interact, we watch each other's videos and stuff. We kind of know each other in a sense. We just never met in a physical space. But, you grow to like certain YouTubers and appreciate them and their hilarity, their sense of humor, and things like that. And so then when you hear they committed suicide and you don't know the details, it's like, oh my God, your eyes well up, you get a lump in your throat. Yeah, I don't like people doing shit like that to me, man. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up. Hey, Carrie. No one's going to pay to see what, Jim? And one more thing before I go. Don't be a YouTuber who thinks they have a right to control subscribers or other YouTubers. If you in my chat, don't go in somebody else's chat. I hate that shit. That shit irks the hell out of me. I don't really fucking know you. Who are you to tell anybody where they can go and whose chat they can be in and who they can donate to? You don't own people. Own your damn self. And stop trying to own and control people and tell people where they can go and where they can spend their fucking money. This shit goes to too many people's heads. And I'm not talking about one specific person. I see this all over. People get real controlling with this shit. You know, who the fuck do you think you are? Because people are subscribed to you, you now own them and you can tell them how to live their life and what to do and where to go and where not to go? The fuck is your problem? If you see them someplace that you don't want them to be with your controlling ass, how about you just delete them, block them? Instead of trying to control people. You got people going into other chats whom they enjoy. They might be your nemesis or whatever. But now they got to make a different account so they can chat peacefully. Scared to go around these YouTube streets as their original screen name and being who they are. What the fuck is wrong with you that you give somebody that much power over you? That you can't be who you really want to be for their sake. These weak ass people, boy. People are fucking weak. But that's their fucking problem. You know, you get down with certain people. Y'all doing dirt and shit. You done got them to do shit for you. And now they control you. Make you turn on people because you don't want to be, you know, I'm tired of weak people. They don't want to flip shit around like somebody was, you know what? People need to grow some balls. You let somebody you don't even fucking know. You only spoke to them. You only chatted with them. You never met them. And you're going to let them have that much power over you? Or any type of power? People are fucking stupid. Weak ass people. And these controlling personalities, boy, they can control so many people, but when they come up to a person they can't control, oh, you are the worst. Then they try to smear the hell out of you. Or because you have your own mind. Or because, you know, you're just a strong individual. That's just how, you know, you were built. That's just how your parents raised you. That's just how your daddy taught you to be. And because people whom you've never met cannot control you, then they want to destroy you. Man, fuck these people, man. I would never sit here and say, Nia, you better not be over in such and such chat. You go over there, don't come back over here. Hi, Teresa. That is crazy. I better not see. If I see any one of you over there. People's self-image and their self-esteem, their insecurities are so grand that it makes their self-image and self-esteem so fragile. How insecure can you be? Listen, go where you want to go. Chat with who you want to chat with. As long as you ain't saying shit about me, I ain't got a problem with it. Now, if I see you in another chat talking shit about me, well, that's only natural. Anybody would be like, look, don't come back over here. Stay over there. But if you just going over there and you just, you know, a lot of times I'll be in somebody else's chat, not even talking about whatever the content provider is talking about. Sometimes they talking about whoever they talking about. And I might be in the chat room chatting with somebody about gardening. You mean to tell me you got a problem with me being in somebody else's chat when I'm never even talking about you or engaging in any conversation about you? They talking about apples and you, and I'm talking about work, politics, or whatever else. But the very idea of me being in somebody else's chat room bothers you that fucking much. I mean, man. And then, the tone is changed when, one of their high quality donators is in somebody else's chat and donating to them. Oh, they really got a problem then. Because they think that's their money. Them donating to somebody else, in their mind, that's money that could be coming to me. And so you don't want to go off and cuss out that particular donator because that person been giving you a lot of money for a long time. So you don't really want to cut off that financial supply, but yet you don't like what you seeing. But if it was anybody else, you'd cuss them the fuck out. People are so fucking, man. I watch YouTubers. Oh Lord, they don't like any other YouTuber to get any attention. They think, oh man. I tell you, this shit go to people's heads. They really think they own people. They really do. Who would have? I would have never thought me buying a T-shirt from somebody would cause a whole bunch of bullshit. A T-shirt. I was in the market for a couple of T-shirts because I was running low on them. Need some new T-shirts when I go running up the mountain. I wear T-shirts and some, sportswear, spandex or whatever you want to call it. But I like to have a T-shirt. Who knew? So many males out here in these YouTube streets really wanted to possess me. I just be out here in these YouTube streets, just being myself, participating, conversing or whatever, watching videos, critiquing, offering my opinion. But apparently, I was viewed as far, much, 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 much more. Someone that needed to be controlled, somebody on this high pedestal, somebody that was the pillar of strength, dare I say. But apparently, this is how I was viewed in the eyes of a lot of these males. And for some reason, it was like, you the man if you can possess Madam Whip Ass. And if I can't possess Madam Whip Ass, I'll destroy Madam Whip Ass. I'm going to be the one to show that Madam Whip Ass ain't as strong as she really is. As if, I don't know, somebody had told me, you don't say it, but you just come off that way because that's who you are. You're very confident. I'm just telling you what somebody broke it down to me. You come off as very confident, very secure, very strong. And that's why you heard somebody say, I'm going to break you. In other words, you are so strong that in order for me to feel like I'm worth anything, in order for me to exercise my balls out here in these YouTube streets, I'm going to have to spend however many years it takes to break Madam Whip Ass. Well, it's been over 2 years and they ain't break shit yet. Except their face. But yeah, I bought a t-shirt from Styles and niggas lost their fucking mind. It's just a t-shirt. Assholes wanted me to be like a certain chick whom they can control. They can take chicks and make them turn on people and do whatever their bidding is. I ain't that chick. And because I'm not that chick, they felt the need to try and break me. Unbelievable. If I can't control you, I'll destroy you. Well, at least try to. But I'm sick of people taking their insecurities out on me. I shouldn't say people, certain quote unquote men out here in these YouTube streets. Highly insecure. Yeah. I tell you, that broken face ghoul really, really thought he was breaking somebody. Oh, he just knew. I just get the one thing I can't get over. His broken face gets exposed and he just disappears like a fucking coward. Unbelievable. But again, don't be so weak that you are controlled by someone you've never even met in person. Not to say, okay, if you meet them in person, I can understand why you let them control you. You just don't let nobody control you, period. But it's just so damn pathetic if you never met a person and they control you. Don't be pathetic. Don't be weak. Don't be weak and pathetic. If you don't have any self-esteem, go get you some. Well, how do you go and get you some self-esteem? Start by doing things like helping other people. That'll build up your self-esteem. Start by believing in yourself and telling yourself good things. That'll build up your self-esteem. But the best way to build it up, start by helping somebody. Start there. Once you do that for a while, then come back and ask me for more information. I'll be happy to give it to you. But it's just unbelievable. People get mad at me because I ain't weak like the like the bitch you control. Or the bitches you control. Get the fuck out of here. I don't even fucking know you. And you're a weirdo. And what's worse by being controlled by a faceless individual? Being controlled by a broken faced weirdo. People hating me because I ain't weak. Get the fuck out of here. You would think they would spend more time working on themselves, disbanding their insecurities, as opposed to trying to tear down a strong person. What a waste of time. What a failure. Mm, mm, mm. But yeah, I mean, and like I said, I'm not only talking about this sector, but it's going on in other sectors. Everybody is trying to formulate their own cult. Mindless, brainless people. It's crazy. Interesting. Interesting to watch the dynamics, the group dynamics and stuff, but it's crazy. Curie said, well, but some deserve it. Anytime. Let me not say that. But yeah, everybody has their own cult, just about. Some people take it a bit further. You know, they take it a step further with their shit. Like, for instance, y'all ever heard of this crazy preacher? His name is Joshua Holmes. People say he Jesus. I think he even said he was Jesus. But all his church members changed their last name to Holmes. His last name. Weirdos, weak-minded individuals. And now I see on YouTube, like for instance, Nature Boy. Everybody in his chat room, they have their name and it's underscore by nature. By nature. Such and such by nature. That's weird and sick to me. And I don't care how somebody want to spin it. You can spin it any way you want to. But that's really an extension of one's narcissistic self. That's all it is. Exactly. Cult level control. And I see these people doing this shit. Mindless individuals. And speaking of Nature Boy, let me tell you something. I kept hearing somebody talk about a porn video was released. You can Google it. Honey, Nature Boy, Ileana, and another chick, I think it might be Sheba. He's there on hard, as these country folks say. And these two chicks are just y'all. Ileana couldn't be my daughter. Once I saw that video, I would be on the next thing smoking with a strap. And I would be strapped. First thing I would do, I wouldn't even say shit. I'd put a bullet in Nature Boy's head and I would pull out my strap and whoop Eliana's ass all the way back to the United States. I promise you, that's what I would do. The fuck is wrong with you? But I couldn't have had, no. You know, I would never have a child that would grow up and be a part of some sick sex cult like that. It just wouldn't happen. But suffice it to say, Eliana better be happy that I ain't her mama. I will whoop her ass with a strap back to the United States. Hey, Elm City. Oh my God, when I saw that, I was like, oh God. What's that word? Oh yeah, it incensed me. I was instantly incensed. Like, girl. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm. Yeah, well, let him go. Let him go to Dubai. Whatever. I can give a shit. He probably can get all the little girls he want over there anyway. Whatever. I'm just about over his situation. My interest will be piqued again if they should look to prosecute all those people who helped them. That's for sure. Anyway, it's noon, and I haven't even had breakfast yet. Exactly. Uh, Let me get up and go have some breakfast or brunch or whatever you want to call it. But it's time for me to go. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I'll be back in a couple of days, Nia. Maybe Tuesday. And by then, I would have watched that documentary. Alrighty, I'll catch you all later. Bye.